Namaste, my mother deity. Hello, this is PK Dubey, and we are here to discuss something those was in concern of the US government. As we all knows, uh, 2 days ago, US government's foreign envoy or foreign speaker, or we can say the media persons, someone asked to him that what about the Kejriwal and what about the CA? They have given a statement that on CA this is a discrimination in India against the minorities. There's discrimination. Again, they said about the Kejriwal. What they said about the Kejriwal, that we having a look on the Kejriwal's system, and we will prefer that there must be injustice with Kejriwal. This is these statement is a very simple statement and nothing to worry. But the question is this: any foreign government officially can criticize, officially they can talk, officially they can discuss, officially they can intervene, whether it's not amount to intervention in the local issues of our sovereignty. We have an independent judiciary, we have a strong judiciary, we having a independent foreign policy, we having we are the fifth largest economy of the world, we have an independent sovereign powers, we have a strong leader like Narendra Modi ji. And even though they can criticize, they can intervene, they can talk about, this is the main problem. What happened actually when they have given a statement? The foreign ministry called the diplomats of the US and Germany. What the Germany and US both said, that we have to look the procedure adopted by the government of India in case of Kejriwal's arrest. We all know Kejriwal is a very famous personality. He may be counted as an agent. Someone call him agent of Khalistan or Khalistani movement persons. Or we can also say that he is a representative, or he was supported by the Rockefeller brothers. He was supported by the Ford Foundation. They have also provided the Maxis Award. So here the question is this: can we accept, whether right or wrong, that is a different thing, whether moral or immoral, that is a different thing, but can we accept any intervention of these people in India or Indian affairs? We all knows when 2 or 3 years ago, or I think 2 years ago, Kejriwal shown a paper that was a New York Times, and he said that you have arrested Manish Sisodiya, and he is the greatest person in his voice, in his words, that he is the greatest person of the world. Why? See the New York Times. That New York Times is appreciating. They said that New York Times is appreciating the Delhi model of education and medicines and medical or hospitals, mohalla clinic, and so on. So he was very crazy at that time. But today, there is I think 1.5 hour ago, there was a full article in Washington Post. There is a full article in Washington Post. And what that full article is saying, this article or the Washington Post appreciated the Vice President of India, Honorable Jagdeep Ji Dhankar. They appreciated the diplomatic policy of the government of India. They appreciated the Indian action or Indian calling of diplomats of US and Germany, and call them, why not you withdraw these type of statement? How can you give a statement? What the power do you have to give the statement against us, whether it is not an intervention of the local issues of the government of India? And you do having the power, or you do having any morality, that you can intervene in the Indian matters? I'm not going whether the statement is correct or not. I'm not going whether he was saying for the justice or not. I'm not saying anything that for what purpose he is saying. But I'm saying that if you have the power to intervene in the Indian issues, obviously not. So what Honorable Jagdeep Dhankar ji said, it is appreciated by the government of by the Washington Post. What the Washington Post is saying here, see, Washington Post, he's saying India reacts sharply to US criticism over democracy and rights. US criticism over democracy and rights. India reacts sharply to US. And they are not saying that it is wrong. They are saying that this is the diplomatic power of the government of India, because now there is a transforming India in the direction, in the leadership of Narendra Bhai Modi, who is the Prime Minister of the country. This is saying that they called the US and German officials, what they are issued the public statement, and why they issued the public statement. Now the New Delhi was given an anything. The response from New Delhi was anything but gentle. What are saying? They are saying that the response from the New Delhi was anything but gentle. Instead, it reflected the tough new brand of diplomacy embraced by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and cheered by his nationalist supporters. They are not saying that cheered by the BJP Karyakartas. They're saying in the Washington Post that it reflected the tough new brand of diplomacy embraced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and cheered by his nationalist supporters. Yes, obviously he's correct. What they are saying? Indian Foreign Ministry immediately summoned German and US diplomats for the dressing down in New Delhi. It sliced out Washington for casting aspersion and making completely unacceptable comments about India's internal affairs. After the state departments reiterated its concern about Kejriwal's arrest and freezing of an opposition party's campaign fund. Again, they said on Thursday, Vice President Honorable Jagdeep Ji Dhankar raised a complaint frequently heard among the Modi supporters that United States is moralizing, overbearing, and prone to meddling. There is people in the world who want to lecture us. What Dhankar Sahib is saying? He's saying the people want to lecture us our judicial behaviors. Whether he told before the American Bar Association conference at New Delhi, he said US officials' recent comment about the controversial new Indian citizenship law as ignorant, whether they don't know that what we are doing. That statement is not only the against the government of India, whether they don't know what is the Citizenship Amendment Act. We are not a nation. That is a very strong statement. That is a very strong condemnation of foreign powers. He said, we are not a nation to get scriptures from the others. We are not your followers. We don't follow your thinkers. We don't follow your philosophers. We are the country. We are the nation with a civilization ethos of more than 5,000 years. That is a very strong statement. You have raised or risen after an Isa. Maximum period of that rising is 2,000 years. For the Muslims, they have a maximum period of 1,500 years. And we, to whom you are lecturing, we are the 5,000-year-old civilization. Means world's oldest civilization alive, that is in Bharat. So if we having such type of country that have the full diplomatic power, and we have an ethics, we have a professional ethics, we have a national ethics, we having international ethics also. That is why we don't intervene in any other country's local issues. Even we don't intervene in the issues of the Pakistan. We don't intervene in the issues of the Bangladesh. Even we don't intervene in the issues of Tibet or Bhutan, not Tibet, but of the Bhutan. That is a protectorate state of country, but we don't intervene in any affair of the Bhutan. So these are our policy. These are our national international ethics. And now you are saying that you are looking after the Kejriwal's issue. And you are looking after the Kejriwal's issue, that how the government of India, how the agencies are behaving, how the judiciary are behaving. Indian judiciary is an independent judiciary, a powerful judiciary that don't run by the government of India. That is, don't run by the executive powers even. Indeed, that is words right word. We have an independent judiciary. We have already seen the letter of 600 legal personal senior advocates. Those are saying that someone is trying to pressurize the judiciary. So this must be stopped. Here they said that is saying that Honorable Dhankar sir is saying that the shift in tone is one facet of India's challenging phases as it grows into global power under Modi. While the Biden administration has assiduously vowed the Indian Prime Minister as a geopolitical partner. Whether one side you're saying that the Narendra Modi or Prime Minister of India is the geopolitical partner of the US, and invested heavily in deepening technology cooperation with the world's fifth largest economy. It has been met with a Modi government that pushes back with the prickliness that has drawn occasional comparison to China. See, what the Washington Post, an international newspaper, the greatest and great newspaper of USA, they are appreciating India's diplomatic policies, and they are saying that India's policy now, India is transformed. This is not the old India. This is not the India of 1947 to 2014, but this is the transformed India in the reign of Narendra Bhai Modi. That is why whatever you will say, whatever if you will eyes to our local issues, we will concern to you that how can you do so. So Washington Post is appreciating India's action. They are appreciating our powerful actions here. So in my opinion, whatever they see it, whatever they see it, whatever they print it, India's concern about the intervening policy of the US government is very nice. And I think that the whole India must be appreciate this action of the government of India regarding the CAA or the Kejriwal's issue. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Vande Mataram.